This episode brought to you by these awesome patrons and members. So my friend Javier Rivera had a little oopsie with his Atari 520 ST.
There it is, it's in. There's my cables, there's my power supply. Let's see if it turns on. And if I get burning from here, so crossing fingers, turn it on. You heard that?
Let's help him out, shall we? Warm up the CRT, it's time for another episode. Did you know that 75% of you watching right now are not subscribed to my channel? That's bonkers. Engagement is what makes or breaks a YouTube channel, and I need your help. Subscribe today, and let's build a community together. If you didn't catch part 1 of this on Javier's channel, go check that out first, and while you're there, why don't you give him a subscribe? He's got a lot of great vintage Apple and other content on there. Anyway, Javier made the same mistake most of us have made before. He got the power supply pin out wrong. I've done it, you've done it, we've all done it. Well, let's see if we can get his machine working again. My first problem is that I don't have a power supply. No worries, just like Javier, I'll make one. I used a parts list I got from Alex J. Cox and 3D printed my own enclosure. My next problem is that I don't have an Atari monitor, so I'll have to use the monitor from my Amiga. And I'll also have to wire up an adapter cable. The first step was to use pinouts I found online to make a generic pinout cable for the 1084 monitor. This way I could use it in the future with whatever I want, using easier to acquire 9-pin sockets instead of the more difficult to find 6-pin socket. Second, I made the Atari ST connector using another set of pinout diagrams. With these together, I have a working monitor cable. With all that in hand, I can finally check out the system. First, let's check voltages. The 5-volt rail looks low, so let's check for hot chips. Ouch! That chip is blazing hot. So let's swap in a good chip from my Atari 520 ST. And power it up. Sweet, it works. Bad chip, bad! Now it's time to order a replacement chip from the United Kingdom and then install it. This chip works too. Awesome. Now that the machine powers up properly, we have to test as many other things as we can. Now, I don't have an Atari mouse, but I do have an Amiga mouse. So I just need to solder up an adapter. And the adapter works perfectly. Now this machine does not have an operating system in ROM, so let's test booting from a floppy next. But of course, I don't have a floppy drive either. So I'll have to hack something together. The business end is finish nails and hot glue. For the curious, I did try to purchase a legitimate adapter, however the company never shipped it and has not responded to my emails, so I had to roll my own. Let's test the floppy system by booting to a TOS 1.0 image. Sweet! Now you know me, I can't leave well enough alone. I'm going to upgrade this before I send it back to Javier. He's going to get a free upgrade to TOS 1.04. I just need to program 6 ROM chips, pop out the old ones, then install the new ones. Let's boot it up and see if it works. Perfect. The final test? Booting to a game image to ensure everything is working. Well, there we are. We took a broken machine and made it work again using the diagnostic skills we've acquired over the years. Checking for voltages and hot chips does wonders. I hope Javier can get years of enjoyment out of this old machine made new. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on my latest adventures. You can support the museum by snagging some merch over at jcm-1.com or becoming a patron over on Patreon. Links in the description. Well, that's all for today's episode. While you're here, check out some of my other videos, and remember, 32 bits are all you need.